Guys, JoeOnit coming in, got another battle replay for you here on Total War Rome 2. Welcome back to the latest seasons. Welcome back to the channel once again, guys, and thank you very much for coming on by and hanging out with me once again. But we are on the settlement of Carthage, Carthago, town center for Carthage, sitting back over there. I'll just put the little circle over there with that smiley face, because I know there's still some people out there that enjoy the circle, the town center smiley face. So this is not a regular base vanilla game. I'm actually going to slow it down because everybody's getting a little close. This is not base vanilla game. This is obviously there's some, there's a faction in here that is not from base vanilla. So this is from the Parthian Invasion mod. There currently are 3 parts to this mod. You can find them on the Steam Workshop. I will put the link for the first one in the description below, and then there's a little subscribe to all thing. After you subscribe to the first one, you'll be able to subscribe to all of them. I'm actually going to pause it just because I'm going through this, because I want to go through this nicely, because I'm trying to be nice today. So yeah, Parthian Invasion 2v2 on Carthage. We're going to take a look at the armies. So first, on the defending side, we do have a Carthage being commanded by Mr. Ayers, and he has 4 units of the Phoenician infantry, 4 Gallic warriors, 2 late Carthaginian infantry, 2 Iberian swordsmen, a noble cavalry general. He also has 3 units of the Cretan archers, 2 Libyan peltasts, and 2 Iberian shock cavalry. So there's a couple of new units for Carthage at least. Then his ally here is Astar Parthia, and that is being commanded by Punisher, and he has 6 veteran heelmen, 3 units of the Parthian late swordsmen, 2 Parthian noble infantry, 2 Parthian noble blood infantry, 2 levy pikemen. His general also is a noble cavalry. He also has 2 units of the armored Parthian foot archers and 2 Parthian foot archers. Now, getting out onto the attackers, first we took a look here at Rome, being commanded by Ali Cinder, and he has 3 units of the armored legionnaires, 3 Hastati, 2 evocati cohorts, 2 units of the Bavatian. Where is it? There's one. Batavian legionnaires. He also has 2 units of the Eagle cohort, 1 first cohort, and then he also has a unit back over there. It looks like they have a guerrilla deploy. They do. The cohort Speculatorium, I think. His general is a Praetorian Guard cavalry. He also has 3 units of the auxiliary archers and 1 Syrian archer. Then his ally over here is the Macedon, being commanded by Abbas Templar, and he has 7 Macedonian Holy Band, which is obviously a newer unit, 6 Illyrian Axemen, again, new unit, 2 units of the heavy, I don't even know, Pelophorio? Oh, I don't know how to say it, dude. There you go. That's the name right there. He also has, the general is an elite Thessalian guard. He has 3 Cretan archers and 1 Artemis archers, which are right there, if I remember. Yeah, Artemis archers. So there's a lot of new units in this mod here that I guess bolster all the factions. Maybe it's just every single faction has at least 1 or 2 new units, maybe even more. But yeah, that is going to be the army compositions here. I know it was a little longer than usual, but I wanted to make sure that I went over all of the units and the additions of the mod. Also, again, like I said, you can feel free. I will put the link for the mod in the description below. Also, guys, feel free. Just do. Please hit the like button of the video, share it around. Sharing it is huge. Liking the video is huge. Commenting on it is huge. Obviously, subscribing to the channel is definitely gigantic as well. I'm going to continue on growing on our way towards 13K. I think it's less than 30 subscribers away now from 13K. So really, really awesome. And we're going to dive into this one. So let's go for a ride. All right, here we are diving into the beginning of the actual battle itself. Carthage up on the front here defending against Macedon. Rome now starting to make his way in through the walls, and it does look like this is going to be the pressure point so far, at least the beginning of the pressure point for this battle. Illyrian Axeman trying to get past a unit of veteran hillmen. He's just going to walk around this one unit, I would say. I mean, it's not really a pull-through. He kind of went this way, and they're really just filing along the unit, so not very much of anything to worry about at that point. Some more of the Illyrian Axemen here taking on the veteran hillmen, but oh boy, we got some archer fire now. starting to have some of those Parthian foot archers starting to fire up and down over the buildings, and they are actually going to get some okay shots. Even though this unit did get turned back around, they are firing in, the archers are firing in onto their sword side or axe side, if you will. So they're going to do a little bit of damage to them, but it does look that the player is now starting to notice that. Hopefully he's going to put him in the right position, or maybe he's going to start trying to dance around. I'm not really sure, but that first unit is still here. The Illyrian Axeman's still fighting on. 41 kills so far. Let's get back down over here. Rome still just waiting to make his way. I mean, he's getting inside the settlement, but it looks like he's really just letting Macedon, at least on this side, really be the first deliverer of pain, if you will. He does have a unit of Sistani here throwing their javelins, and some Carthaginian, again, oh, that's Iberian swordsmen. Iberian swordsmen charging forward without really throwing their javelins. That's one of the things Iberian swordsmen are really known for, is that they get that 5 volleys of murder sticks. So it's a little bit, that's a shame that the player there didn't exhaust all of his javelins before he charged in. But it does look like he's going to pull away, but unfortunately that is giving rear shots, wide open rear shots in onto the back of that unit for the Cretan archers here, which are probably more than happy to shoot that unit as the back, as they are continually still running away. It looks like the arrows are starting to fall a little bit short though, so that's definitely good for the Carthaginian unit. Now Rome over on this side, Carthage and the Astar Parthia now starting to make their way forward, but this was a little bit of a misstep from the defenders, giving up this tower so easily. That is a bit of a problem there. They definitely did not want to just hand this over to the attackers, because now the attackers are basically going to have a machine gun behind them as they make their way in. They're going to be able to fire down at pretty much anything that's within that tower's range, which I know it's not showing right here, but I want to say that roughly that tower's range is about to there, maybe a little bit closer to the staircase, but it definitely does have an okay range. I mean, obviously the arrow towers, they have good range to them. So back over here, Macedon starting to fall down just a little bit. Veteran Hillman, 23 kills, but I think that unit, that unit was probably really accepting a lot of assistance from the Cretan archers. 55 kills there for them. We have some of the Libyan peltasts that have moved up over on this side. We do have the Carthaginian noble cavalry general there. One of the Iberian shock cav here. Actually, I want to go take a look at these guys real fast. See what these guys look like before they disappear again into the fog of war. Wow, look at those boys. Wow. I like the wings. I like the wings. I like the plumes. What's this guy right there? Yeah, this guy with the plumes on his helmet. That is really, really cool. Definitely very, very cool. But all right, I didn't want to spend a whole bunch of time away from the battle itself. Rome over here now battling with the Astar Parthia unit, and it does look like he's going to be able to walk through it eventually. I mean, it's just a veteran Hillman unit. It's basically just a glorified Hillman unit with the words veteran in front of it. Estadi should have little to no issue breaking through right there. This Carthaginian front line is already shattering down. We have some regular legionnaires making their way into Iberian swordsmen. Again, Iberian swordsmen, not a terrible unit. If you look at the majority of their stats, they're not a terrible unit. The thing that really is their downfall is that armor. That armor is gigantic. Only 15 armor. That's a humongous problem for them, especially, like I said, with a unit that has such good other stats for a mid-tier infantry. 35 melee attack, 35 weapon damage, 60 melee defense, 50 health. I mean, it's pretty good. They come 5 javelins. I mean, it is a really good unit, but unfortunately, that 15 armor is really, really, really gigantic. It's hugely debilitating to the unit. They are absolutely getting slaughtered by the veteran legionnaires. I'm sorry, just regular legionnaires. Another veteran Hillman did try and charge in, but looks like they're just getting pillaged. They get... Uh-oh. Oh, I thought they were facing the wrong way. I saw that guy moving through the line. I thought that unit was facing the wrong way. But yes, again, the front line here for the defenders just absolutely breaking down. Not looking too good, but I do see some cav coming out. Iberian shock cavalry making its way out over on this side. Still have a lot of Roman units that haven't even moved. He's got 3 units of armored legionnaires way far away from the front line. They might quickly, if they move fast enough, they might quickly be able to get up there. But this looks like that is the mode of attack. And there they go. He's going to try and get up there. He's going to send his Praetorian cavalry on its way over there. 80-man cavalry unit. So Rome actually has like an actual cavalry unit, not just a general's bodyguard or legatus at only 40-man. And standing against an 80-man unit, it's not going to go. General's bodyguards never really do well against full-on units of cavalry. But the Carthaginian unit sees that the general is coming over here, sees that these armored legionnaires are finally making their way forward. The archers obviously have pulled behind that offensive line there of the Evocati and the armored legionnaires. So he is going to, in fact, retreat away. But the front line here has now pretty much been destroyed. We have some of the Macedonian holy band that have made their way up towards the wall Looks like they're fight. I don't even know where they are. Oh, there they are. They're kind of just in here fighting broken units, padding their stats. Not really saying that, to be honest. They're standing here killing a unit that's already broken. Here comes some of the Phoenician infantry and a unit of the Parthian noble blood infantry, and Macedon is hightailing it. Does not want anything to do with those two units. I wonder why. 46, 36, 50, 85, 60. Wow, they are really solid. What about this? 35, 34, 66, 80, 65 health, 65 base morale. Wow, not bad at all. Really not bad, either one of them. Neither one of them have offensive abilities like a headhunt or a frenzy charge or anything like that, so they are just pure stat units. There is no special bells or whistles for that unit aside of the stats that they have. So now back in the middle here, Rome is really just starting to steamroll, as Rome tends to do sometimes. 164 kills here for that Legionnaire, taking on some Gallic Warriors, 95 kills, and another Gallic Warrior there with 76. Now, honestly, it probably wouldn't have been a bad thing for when Carthage charged these units in. Tried to get the second unit to come around into the back there, but nope, Rome's going to pull away from the staircase. Probably because he's losing. We do have a Parthian foot archer here with only 58 kills down in melee. What were they shooting at? That is not a good kill count. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. But look at this. The attackers now have gained control of this gate again. I feel that is a little bit of a mistake by the defenders, not keeping an eye on their gates and on the towers. The other unit of the Iberian shock cavalry did charge out over here, but I don't think he saw that Macedonian Holy Band unit. I really don't. He lost 14 men. The Macedon unit only lost 10. So yeah, I don't think that he saw them. I think he was trying to charge out over here into the woods and maybe hide for a second. Maybe think about getting a rear charge trying to come through one of these breaches. But he is quickly running back inside the settlement as the elite Thessalian guard cavalry had made its way over here. Very heavy shock cavalry for Macedon, but he is going to in fact pull away as well. What ability is that? Is that cavalry something? Hold on a second. I gotta pause it. I gotta see what that says. What does that say? Thessalian, larger. Oh, it's just an. Oh, okay. I thought it was an ability for some reason. Anyway, doesn't matter. Back inside the settlement, Rome just churning and burning, just really doing a lot of work over here. Did they lose the other Iberian cavalry? I think they did. Yep. This Iberian shock cavalry walked away with a total of 39 kills. Wow. I don't even know what it got into. I mean, he still has all of his archers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that unit got into, but it did not do very well. It definitely did not do very well as far as the kill is concerned. We have some more of the ranged units here. Some of the Cretan archers there for Carthage starting to fire down onto it. Looks like they're firing at the Evocate, or they were firing at the Evocate. We have some of the auxiliary archers over here firing away. Macedon and Rome really starting to put in the pressure here, though the Phoenician infantry did get over here. They did at least recapture, or at least neutralize this gate, so that's something to look forward to here for the defenders. They have something that is actually kind of going their way. The noble cavalry general charging into melee. Looks like he got an okay charge into the Evocate cohort. Did he lose anybody? Nope, still full. 9 kills. Looks like maybe he's trying to make his way outside now. Not really sure where he's planning to go. Hopefully he does not go outside, but he needs to move like desperately, like right now. He's got to get out of there. I'm not sure what that charge was all about, but you can obviously see who the general himself is right there with that red cloak. Of course, I didn't catch him. There he goes, riding away with that red cloak on his back. So you can actually, there's a differentiation. I'm not saying that word right, I don't think. Riding away there, you can see there's a difference between the general and the rest of the men in the bodyguard unit as well. So back down over on this side, Macedon and Rome still just churning away. 84 kills there. Holy Band starting to get to work. Lost 6 men so far, 21 kills. The defenders holding up a pretty good line here. Looks like that first Phoenician infantry, unfortunately, only 88 kills down to 35 men. But they are taking on that Macedonian Holy Band. Another unit of the Macedonian Holy Band right there. And these guys look pretty sick, too. They do look pretty cool also. I must say so. Oh, what is that? What is that? Is that one of the Iberian Cav? Hold on a second. Stop. I gotta find that horse again. Look at this horse. Yo, that looks sick. That looks so cool. Wow, I like that. I really like that a lot. Okay, cool. All right, back inside, getting into the fight again here. The Macedonian Holy Band, Parthian Noble Blood Infantry putting up a fight. Putting up a fight. Does look like this could be an even fight across the board. But, yeah, eventually the Macedonian Holy Band, their melee attack is 5 points better. 80 armor, 60 health, 65 health, 85. Charge bonus is actually more for the Noble Blood. So the stats are pretty even. Though even the melee defense is actually much higher. It's 10 points higher. Oh, that's not what I'm looking at. Yes, it is. Right, 66 and 56. Yeah. Okay. Does look pretty cool, though. Oh, we got Kev. And that is no good for the defenders. Elite Thessalian Guard inside the settlement. Getting a rear charge there. I'm not sure why he didn't just go this way. He should have just gone that way and gotten into these Peltas and Cretan archers, but nope, he's going the opposite way. Guess he's just coming in to get the rear charges. He likes them rear charges. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know, that sounds a little weird, but that appears to be what he's doing, because he definitely could have come in here and crashed into these Cretans and Libyan Peltas with no doubt in my mind at all. Now back over on this side, we still have a little bit of a defense holding up. Parthian late swordsmen holding up against some Batavian legionnaires. 164 kills there for them. Armored legionnaires have made their way inside, though. We have some of the auxiliary archers there for Rome as well, firing into the back of some of the late Carthaginian. Oh, no, they're firing into the Levy pikemen. Levy pikemen are useless. They just are. Like, I know people say, oh, they're pikes. No, they die very easily. Really very easily. 60 armor, 15 melee defense. I mean, it's just not worth it. I personally don't feel like Levy pikemen are worth it at all. I think they're pretty garbage, pretty trash. Obviously, if anybody wants to, everybody has something to say, they feel free to drop it in the comment section below. It definitely would engage in conversation with it for sure. But it does look like the 2nd Iberian shock cavalry over here going to have a worse day than the first unit did. They have a total of 23 kills, though we do have some fire javelins now coming from the Libyan Peltas. I guess he's trying to scare the horses away. I mean, it's working. He's scaring them away, but it's not really... I mean, honestly, I'd be firing up here. If I was these Peltas, I would be on regular shot and firing right there into this holy band, trying to knock them down. I mean, this front line, this Noble Blood infantry doesn't have a whole lot of kills, but they're holding. They are definitely holding for a while. They're losing decisively now. But if they were moving these Libyan Peltas up, this is definitely where I'd be firing them. I would move a little bit further over this way and start firing, but now it doesn't really matter, because here comes the elite Thessalian Guard cavalry there, and we have the Roman general blasting through the middle there as well, getting in some of the Carthaginian, late Carthaginian infantry, but the Macedonian general stopping. Not sure why he's not taking targets of opportunity. I mean, I get that the noble general's right there. Maybe that's why he pulled away, but he definitely could have came over here and charged into that. The noble cav is already damaged. Oh, wait, no, I didn't realize he was that low. But the Roman general's still right there, too. 72 kills for him. Back over on this side, let's see how we're looking. We still have a Macedonian unit outside. Very, very healthy. 122 out of 160 men. So I'm not really sure why they're not inside yet, or at least making their way towards the walls. But the pikemen here, not looking good. They're just not looking good. 103 men. They have 23 kills somehow. There was a 2nd unit of pikes, but I think they're... Oh, no, there they are. I thought they were dead already. It wouldn't have surprised me in the slightest if they were already dead. But back in the middle here, Legionnaires, first cohort doing some work. Eagle cohort now looking like they're maybe going to try and get around a corner here. Maybe just thin up and go around this way. I mean, they do have the noble cavalry general right there. They can definitely get in there and maybe throw some javelins. Rome and Macedon now making their way in onto some Libyan Peltas. But here comes the noble cav gen. Let's see. Yeah, eating murder sticks. Eating the murder sticks. He waited too long. That Eagle cohort had a chance to stop and position themselves and be ready for the AI to be, ready to throw those javelins. So unfortunately for the noble cavalry general, I mean, he's got 81 kills, but not looking good for him. really not looking good for the health of that unit. Speaking of generals, we still have the Macedonian general over there. He's lost 6 more men, and we do also have the Roman general there, still with 67. Carthaginian cavalry general has now charged into the Macedonian holy band, and oh my god, that was disgusting. That Carthaginian general just ate so many javelins, so many murder sticks in the back. Oh, God. Yeah, might have been a little bit better of an idea for that Carthage general to just skip that fight entirely. But now we have the Macedon general again starting to make his way forward. He doesn't really have anything to worry about. I mean, again, we see the noble cav general back up there for Astar Parthia. But, I mean, oh, never mind. The Roman general's over here. I thought they were sticking together. It looked like they were sticking together. This could be an opportunity maybe for the noble cav general to come in, at least get into the back of that holy band there. But here comes that Macedon general. I think, is he going that way? I don't know what he's doing. Nope, he's just moving forward. Oh, he's charging this way. I think I would have charged this way. Honestly, there's nothing there. They would have been able to get into these foot archers, get into these Cretan archers as well. But the Macedon general chose his direction. He's gotten into the Libyan Peltas here, who are just getting trashed. They are just really getting destroyed. Roman general is still back over here, hiding and keeping himself safe. Though he's got 14 men dead, and he's got 80 kills, but he's playing very safe. There's really nothing to worry about back over here. The staircase is still a fight, but the Late Carthaginian infantry not really going to be able to hold up for very much longer. 190 kills, though, for them. Not too bad. Some more of the Roman units here, 245, 139. I mean, it's Rome, so I'm not entirely shocked that they're getting a whole bunch of kills. Macedon general still very much alive. We have a unit of the Eagle cohort chasing that general, and here comes the other Eagle cohort making their way over here, and they're coming down the stairs. They are going to chase away these boys, probably continue chasing them. Maybe the Macedon general is actually going to take the opportunity. Nope, he's not. The pikes are moving forward. So the pike line, obviously, is going to probably go there, and these archers are going to be able to get behind them. Now, again, oh, they have 110 kills. They might not have any people left. Well, oh, no, they do. They do, and they are firing from really far away. I mean, if you're going to do that, just move forward. Get that, close quarter combat. That right up in your face love touch of murder sticks. You know what I'm saying? That love touch. I know it sounds weird, but if you think about it, it's kind of true. Let's see what we got going on in the rest of the battlefield here. Macedon has moved forward, still has all of his ranged long distance shots again coming here from Rome. Only 59 kills. I would probably be focusing a little bit more on these pikes just to get them out of there. Like I said, I mean, they're not good pikes. They're only levy pikes. But, oh, wait a second. Hold on a second. We got some Cretan archers there of Carthage firing up, getting some shots in onto these auxiliary archers. Dropping them down. Wow. A little bit of a response fire coming. First cohort and a legionnaire going to get in the way, try and block those archers from taking a whole bunch of damage. Rome looks like he's trying to be sneaky. He's going to try maybe skinny up and go around this way, possibly. Can't. He's got to skinny up a little bit more. He should be able to get one more. Oh, the defenders firing in there, getting some shots into the Eagle cohort. Unfortunately, they're firing straight into their shields. But, I mean, they're doing what they can do. They literally are just doing what they can do at this point. Macedon and Rome now making their way around over in this direction towards, again, where the town center is, which we have one Parthian noble infantry there and one unit of the Parthian armored foot archers who are starting to fire, getting some shots up there. But Carthage, yeah, Carthage is dead. It's now become a 2v1 here, and Astar Parthia, I mean, he still has some strong units left, some Parthian late swordsmen there, Parthian noble infantry, another Parthian late swordsman there. He still has his general, which is in rather good health. It's definitely the strongest general on the battlefield now. At least man count wise, it's the strongest unit. But now yeah, this is over. The Pikes honestly should have just stayed back. The Pikes honestly should have just stayed back here, but now with them moving forward, they're easily going to be surrounded and rear charged and routing. And they're going to route right into the Roman unit. The Romans are going to gladly charge forward, get some more kills here. So this Pike unit, Levy Pike unit, unfortunately, is no more for this battle. Though we do have another unit of the late Parthian swordsmen, Parthian late swordsmen, there you go, charging forward, gathering up these legionnaires in first cohort. But the same fate, I feel like the same exact fate is about to happen again. Rome could easily just go around this way and charge into the flank of that Parthian late swordsman. But, wait, hold on. It's like he's got some foot archers he has to deal with. No, he doesn't. Never mind. The rest of the Macedonian archers right there can fire. Nope, he's going to bypass that. He's not going to go down. He's not going to get a rear charge there. So these Roman units here, unfortunately, are going to get taken out. That is definitely unfortunate. I thought for sure that this Eagle cohort was just going to charge in there. Because he would have been charging in on his shield side, so those archers, even if the archers were firing at him, they more than likely wouldn't have gotten a whole ton of kills. But here we go. Big charge. Parthian defensemen taking on these Roman aggressors. Oh, Rome's actually, never mind. Nope, there's archers up here. Yeah, I was going to say, there looked like the Roman unit was starting to get destroyed, but the assistance of archers is key in siege battles, especially when they have a high plateau like this, to be able to fire down onto the defending unit. We do have the noble cavalry going to get a charge in onto the back of armored legionnaires? No, he's going after the archers. Wow, look at that. Good job. Good job there, Astar, Parthian general, getting around the corner into all of these archers that definitely still had ammo. 52, 134, maybe not, 74 and 66, they still had ammo, so well done to you. That last gasp right there of defense by the noble noble cavalry there, he's still going. 176 kills, still going. Go, 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 go. Get around that infantry unit. That doesn't even matter. Keep getting into those archers, boys. Get those kills. 209 kills, 2 bronze chevrons. Good for you. Good for you, Astar, Parthia. Well done. That kind of made me smile because this was just really like a... I mean, the defenders held for a while, but it really seemed like this was just like a steamroller, essentially. But this general is definitely making me smile for the defenders. So good job to you, bud. 228 kills. I mean, he's getting charged now. He's armored legionnaires there, so he's not going to live. Players just probably going to leave him in there and let him die, but he got good kills. Getting close to 250. Not too shabby at all. The defense has broken down over here. Archers were obviously successful, firing that unit in the back. And we have another Parthian noble infantry there. This late swordsman's still holding on. The general, 246 kills down to 16 men. Looks like he's going to charge here into the back. Good for him again. Solid charge. Skyrocketed to 259. Wow, 13 more kills. Breaking down more of these Macedonian units. Wow, that was a solid charge. Now, the general's dead. Okay. He is dead. We got 1 minute and 11 seconds left. I mean, Macedon still has a ton of infantry left. It's full unit. 2 full units? Yeah, well, he's got 160 there, 101 there. Yeah, this is definitely over. Balance of power is absolutely showing that it's over. There was a lot left in reserve here for the attackers. But, I mean, it was a fun battle to watch. It was definitely a fun battle to cover. Have the attackers... Oh, they're still fighting down over here. We have another Parthian noble infantry down here fighting on. Trying to do what he can. I actually didn't even realize this was still fighting over here. There's a lot more. Yeah, 152 Eagle cohort, 120 Holy Band, and another 120 units. 120 men of this heavy peltoforii. I don't know. So yeah, 23 seconds. Just going to fast forward the rest of this out. It was a good battle. It was definitely a fun one. Like I said, it was a fun one to cover, fun one to commentate over. And I mean, seeing the new units, that Iberian shock cavalry looks sick. Looks really, really cool. But let's get into the army comps here. We'll take a look at who did what. So Ali Cinder sent the replay over. Thank you very much, bud. He's also, I think he's one of the mod creators. I'm not sure exactly how many people have worked on this mod. But Ali Cinder had sent it over to me, so I definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much, bud. 2,715 kills for him, 225 with his general. Archers only 1 unit, 139. The other 3 unable to really even break they weren't even able to break 70 kills. Getting into, you can see the unit cards have definitely changed. Armored Legionnaires 124, 218, 160. The Batavian, one of the Legionnaires there with 166. The Cohort Speculatorium there with 102. Eagle Cohort 147. First Cohort 153. Evocade 110 and 167. His 3 Hastati 133 and 237, pretty good there. And then a regular Legionnaire with 248. And then we have Abbas Templar playing as Macedon, 2,076 kills, 158 with his general. Just wanted to check that general difference there. His Cretan Archers, 220 and 120. Peltas there, 1 unit with 108. His Illyrian Axemen, 106, 106. So 2 of them did pretty good. Then we have his Macedonian Holy Band, 151, 193. There it is. 123 and 246. These 3 got destroyed. Well, actually, this one didn't even get into a fight. That one got wrecked. Wow. And then we get into the defenders. We have Mr. Ayers playing as Carthage with 1985, so very close to 2,000 kills. All 3 of his cavalry, unfortunately, did not do very well. I did not see what happened to the Iberian shock cavalry outside, but we did see the Roman general pulling away from him, so I don't know, maybe he lost track of where they were. Libyan Peltas did not, unfortunately, do very well. Cretan Archers, though, for the Carthaginian unit, Carthaginian player, 138, 214, 207. Very good there. Late Carthaginian infantry, 139, 195. Gallics, unfortunately, did not do very well. Iberian swords, 162. And 1 of his Phoenician infantry there with 134. Then we have Punisher playing as Astar Parthia, 333 kills with that general. That is awesome. Great job with Punisher there. Solid job. His archers, 1 unit there with 120 for the Parthian armored foot archers. His regular Parthian foot archers only with a 1 there with 140. So 1 of each did well. Pikes got destroyed, unfortunately. Parthian late swordsman there, 147 and 226, pretty good. The Noble Blood infantry did not do very well. The wait a second. The Noble Blood, there we go. Never mind. The Noble infantry themselves, they didn't do well either. And the veteran Hillman. Looks like the top veteran Hillman unit was a 40. So, but all right, guys, there you go. End of today's battle replay. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, feel free. Hit the like button, drop some comments, share the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Hungry Wolves Discord, and obviously check out the mod link in the description of this video as well. But have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and as always, until the next one.